In New York City, the Army-Navy Screen magazine again presents its By Request department.
Fellows, your response to our first By Request program was wonderful. As soon as Army-Navy Screen magazine started playing at camps and different theaters of war, your letters began pouring in. Of course we're pleased, and only sorry that we can't answer every request we've received. Instead, we're going to try to answer the ones we think will interest the most of you. The first request this time is from PFC Thomas Catz, stationed in the South Pacific. PFC Catz is from Brooklyn. He writes that outside of his family and sweetheart, the thing he would like most to see is a lettuce and tomato sandwich with an ice-cold glass of milk to wash it down.
Miss T5 says tomato. We say tomato. Anyway, PFC Catz, there's your sandwich. We realize, of course, that seeing isn't as good as eating, but that's something the Screen magazine can't do much about. We did ask the girl behind the counter to cut the tomato a little thicker, but she gave us an argument. She said if she did, you wouldn't believe the picture was authentic. There, Private, is your glass of ice-cold milk. The girl? Oh, well, that's our idea. We figured that as long as we couldn't give you the real thing, we'd add a little something of our own. Quite a lettuce and tomato, wouldn't you say, Private?
Sergeant Lowry, stationed in the Caribbean, wants to know why Army and Navy Screen magazine doesn't show some pictures of Marshal Tito, famous Yugoslav patriot.
Here, deep in the mountains of Yugoslavia, and heavily guarded by his loyal partisans, you see the first and only pictures of Marshal Tito ever taken. It was Marshal Tito who organized the whole Yugoslav people after they'd been sold out into a new and powerful state against Hitler and on the side of the United Nations. Knowing nothing about him, he was long called the mystery man of the Balkans. Now the only mystery seems to have been why we didn't know anything about him sooner. Deeply loved by the people he's led, Marshal Tito is one of the great men to emerge from the war.
Lou Amster, Seaman First Class, somewhere in the Pacific, saw Jimmy Durante in issue number 26 of the Army-Navy Screen magazine, and he wants some more of the same. Well, here's the maestro himself, doing his famous strut away.
Why, in the midst of festivities, I'll get up, and do my strut away. In my cutaway, it's just a hop away, a scram away, and a scram away. And then you skid right down and you go to town with a twist away. Where's the mic? When you twist away, just away, it's a holiday. You know, all over town, they're doing the Susie Q. Why, they did that dance years ago on the Rue de la Pooh, but not my strut away. In my cutaway, why, it's a dance that's gonna gain great renown. You know, a beautiful gal invited me up to her apartment to teach her this dance. I was in the apartment 10 minutes when who walks in? Her husband. Kind of perturbed. He says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm putting on my white tie. I'm putting on my top hat. I'm putting on my top coat to make my getaway, doing the strut away." Did you ever have the feeling that you wanted to do the strut away, the hop away, the spam away, and then you skid right down and you go to town doing the strut away? Let me hear it. Let me hear it, Major. Hey, hey.
There's your second By Request program, fellows. All you have to do is write in. Remember, Army-Navy Screen magazine, New York City.